Assalamu alaikum lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about contouring for the brown girl. A lot of you really seem to enjoy my brown girl makeup tips video, and so I thought that I would follow up with a video all about contouring with tips for brown girls. Let's just get started. There's lots to talk about. Being a self-professed geek, what interests me a lot in makeup, I know it sounds like it's a very physical aesthetic thing, but I also actually really enjoy the theory behind it as well. And what I've found is that when it comes to different skin tones, particularly as a brown girl myself and having struggled with finding the right foundations and concealers and the right contour colors, that understanding colors really helps. So let's firstly talk about the product that you pick for your contouring. Whatever you go for, you need to make sure that the product is not orangey, doesn't have that orange and red undertone. Normally that's what bronzers have. Bronzers are usually for, bronzing your face up. Generally what you want to use for contouring is a color that mimics shadows, because we're trying to sculpt the face. We're trying to emphasize where those shadows would normally lie on the face. And so rule number one, pick the right product. Of course, I went for my beloved Ardea Sculpt Stick. I will risk putting lipstick mark on you and then wiping it off, because this is such a must-have product if you are a contouring kind of gal. I'm going to show you how I have used this today in a kind of a more advanced manner, because in essence this product is so easy to use. Literally remove the lid, roll up a tiny amount of the Sculpt Stick, draw the lines where you need to contour and blend out. That is so simple. So what I thought is to show you a more advanced way of using both sides of the Sculpt Stick to create a very soft, blended out, diffused contour. I started off by using the light side of the Sculpt Stick. You only need to roll up the amount of product that you're going to use. Never roll it up the whole way, because that will cause it, just like any lipstick, if you try and roll it all the way to the top and use it, to break off. And then begin the artwork. Firstly, I used the light side to draw two lines down the side of my nose. I also dabbed a little bit underneath my nose, and then taking that same color, I drew straight lines into the hollows of my cheeks. So literally just under my cheekbones. Then put it away and blend out the product. I used a makeup sponge. This is the one from Ardea. You can use a makeup sponge. You might want to go for a brush or even use your fingers. Totally up to you. What I did firstly was to use the pointed part of the makeup sponge to literally just blend out the product. Then on the cheekbones, what I did was I blended the product upwards. By blending the product upwards, you're going to give the effect of the cheekbone being higher. This product blends so easily, so quickly. Then pop your sponge to the side and you might be done. This might be as far as you want to go with your contouring. You might be more of a light-skinned brown girl, in which case the light contour stick will be enough, or you may just want to go for a more subtle contoured look. If you want to take it a step further, which is what we're going to be doing, you will turn to the dark side. This will be suitable for everyone. So whether you are a light girl or you're a more tanned girl. So again, you're going to roll up just as much as you need. And this time you're going to draw two shorter lines on your cheekbones. The reason these are shorter is because this product is so pigmented, you really don't need very much at all. And particularly where it comes to using the darker shades, it's better to start off with less and build up if you need more than to use loads. And this is definitely deceptive because the product is just so pigmented, you won't need very much at all. So use the dark color in two short strokes in the hollows of your cheekbones, along the top of your forehead in two short strokes. And to banish the double chin, I also drew two lines along my jawline as well. Now, go back to the sponge that we used earlier, and we're going to start blending this out again. This time, what I'm going to do, rather than to stroke, is to dab. The product is very creamy, it will blend very easily, and so literally just dab out the product where you applied it. Okay, so a lot of you seem to be in agreement with me with, the problem with foundations as brown girls. A lot of them tend to oxidize to a slightly unflattering orangey kind of color. Some foundations oxidize more than others, and then there are some things that you can do to slow down that oxidizing or to stop it altogether. Like I said, that's for a different video. Now, as far as the contour is concerned, what you want to do is to stop that oxidation of the foundation messing up your contour. The next thing that you can do to enhance the look of the sculpting that you've done is to use now a light concealer alongside the contour. Sounds a little bit strange, I know, but this really does work. So choose a concealer that is a very thick, creamy consistency. You don't want anything too thin, too watery, because of course you don't want it to lighten and disappear. Choose a product that will stay put really, really well, and you can achieve that normally with quite thick concealers. I've gone for the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. Fantastic product. I've gone for the shade SX07. This is a neutral shade. Now I wanted to show you SX07, which is more of a neutral shade, next to SX06, which is actually a lot yellower than SX07. This is perfect for this part of my face where I'm more neutral. So pick up a small amount of product onto that brush and then draw a very short line just underneath the dark sculpt stick color that we just blended out. Do that on both of your cheeks and also just in the inner corner of the eye. Go back to the sponge, pick a clean area, and then very carefully just dab that product away. As you dab away, what you'll find is this beautiful effect of where this lighter concealer will begin to make that sculpting pop. Now usually the foundation does start to change color through the day because it starts to mix with the natural oils from your skin, and so the foundation and the oils begin to react and things start to happen. So you want to minimize that from happening, especially if you're going to a special occasion and you need that contouring to stay in place. What you can do is use a powder that will stop that oiliness from creeping up. Now I usually use my Ardea powder, which stops oxidation of any foundations and it holds everything in place beautifully, but that's not ready yet. So I'm going to show you a product that is ready, that is readily available. And flying everywhere. This is the Urban Decay. I believe this is their blotting powder. I have it in a little tester pot that I got from Sephora. Pick up a very, very small amount of that powder onto your brush, shake off the excess, and then carefully just dab over all those areas where you had applied your contouring. That's about it. You can simplify this, as I showed you at the start of the video, by literally just using the light side of the sculpt stick, or you can take it a couple of steps further, enhance it with some concealer next to the sculpting. You can set it in place and ensure that it doesn't change color through the day by using a powder. I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want me to follow up with more in this series of tips for brown girls, then do make sure that you leave me a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Subscribe button is down there. I upload every Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I will be seeing you very soon in my next video. Take care. Toodles.